The Ninja Gaiden series is known for its high level of difficulty and demanding gameplay. Ryu Hayabusa is the protagonist of Ninja Gaiden. The series became really famous when it was released on the first Xbox console in 2004. But Ryu Hayabusa's saga started 15 years earlier on the Japanese Famicom. Let's zoom in on a history of this popular game franchise. In 1988, game publisher Tecmo released Ninja Gaiden on the first Nintendo game console. Its sequels were released in 1990 and 1991. Yes, it was possible to count the pixels, but still Ninja Gaiden was a beautiful game for its time and extremely difficult. These three games were side-scrolling action games that embraced vertical movements. After ports to the Sega Master System, Game Gear, and a remake of the trilogy on the Super Nintendo, in 1995, Ninja Gaiden ceased to exist. Or maybe the ninja just hid in the dark. When the Xbox 360 was announced, one of the greatest action games for the first Xbox was published by Tecmo in 2004, Ninja Gaiden.
I've heard there is a hidden path under the monastery that leads to the Emperor's palace.
Game designer Tomonobu Itagaki and game studio Team Ninja worked on this revival for 5 years, creating one of the most challenging games ever made. Critics hailed the game as one of the best action-adventure games of its time. In 2005, the game received an update with even more challenges than its predecessor. Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black sold 1.5 million copies, mostly in the United States and Europe. This Xbox version of Ninja Gaiden has been remade many times since, adding more moves and better graphics to a game that has already proved itself. Ninja Gaiden Sigma is the next-generation remake of Ninja Gaiden. It was released in 2007 for PlayStation 3. Ninja Gaiden Sigma Plus was also released in 2012 for PlayStation Vita, which is a remake of a remake of a remake. Okay, you get the point. But before the release of PlayStation Vita in February this year, a lot more happened with the series. In 2008, the game Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword was released on Nintendo DS. After the old Game Gear and Game Boy games, it had been almost 20 years since gamers had been able to play Ninja Gaiden on the go. The game failed to become a huge hit, but it remains one of the more original games for Nintendo DS. In the same year, Ninja Gaiden 2 was released on Xbox 360. The true next-generation sequel was published by Microsoft, making it temporary exclusive for its own game console. There was a lot of hype revolving around the game, but it just couldn't live up to it. Even though it reportedly sold more than 1 million copies, critics were not blown away by it. The story didn't make a lot of sense, and the game had technical issues with frame rate and camera positioning. In the same year, the series became the subject of an internal struggle between the sunglasses-wearing game designer Tomonobu Itagaki and publisher Tecmo. Financial problems at Tecmo made Itagaki leave Tecmo and Team Ninja. With Itagaki gone, was this to be the end of the Ninja Gaiden series?
I'm glad you made it. I'd expect nothing less from a dragon ninja.
In 2009, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2 was released for PlayStation 3. It was an enhanced version of Ninja Gaiden 2. Very original indeed, but it did include some extra challenges you could play together with a friend. 1 year later, Tecmo Koei announced Ninja Gaiden 3. Once again, Ryu Hayabusa is taking on demon-like enemies. He'll be using new and familiar weapons in his fights and adventures. Gamers can expect the next outing of Ninja Gaiden on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 by the end of March 2012. A new version for Wii U will be available at the launch of the new Nintendo console. Nintendo also announced a Nintendo 3DS version of Ninja Gaiden, but there isn't much information available. Since its announcement in June 2010, the three-dimensional Ninja game remains silent in the dark. Nobody knows what the future holds for the Ninja Gaiden series, but one thing is certain. The male power fantasy of being a ninja will never go away.
I still have much left to